C101.5 FM, Punky Reggae Party. And that was Crazy Gunner with Street Pharmacy. We're here with Ryan Guay of Street Pharmacy.
Hey!
How's it going?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
That's good.
So, we're here. We got 2 albums, Self-Prescribed Feel Good and Free Delivery.
Yeah.
How was the writing process in those? Like, any differences between the 2 albums?
The first time when I wrote Self-Prescribed Feel Good, it came. I wrote a lot of the songs in high school, and then I got to first year university, and I was so disheartened by music and music culture in Niagara. I decided I wasn't going to do it anymore. I just was going to stop, and I decided to be a good scholar, and I pulled off a monstrous average in my first year, and then I got thrown a curveball, and I got the chicken pox, and then my brain swelled, and nobody knew that my brain swelled. I just kept hallucinating, and since I'm from Welland, people thought, or the doctors thought, that I just did too many hits of acid and I was a schizophrenic now for the rest of my life or something. So down the street from here is the Hamilton Mood Disorder Clinic, and I hung out there for a little while, and they let me have a guitar, and I wrote a lot of the songs for Self-Prescribed Feel Good.
Nice.
And but I didn't have like the whole concept of the band, the name Street Pharmacy and the idea of Self-Prescribed Feel Good came out of thinking that I was mentally ill. I wasn't mentally ill. Well, maybe that's questionable. No, like that was different, because Free Delivery came out of just being stoked I wasn't crazy.
That's sweet.
So like Free Delivery is like happy. Self-Prescribed Feel Good, which is the first record, is angry Guay versus happy Guay.
Nice.
If that makes any sense.
So the song This Life, then, that's about that whole experience?
This life kind of just, it mentions the whole cerebellum swelling thing. It just mentions about all the bad things that may or may not have happened to me, that are fabricated or not, or whatever you want to say. I don't know. They're true stories. Nobody would ever believe me. That's why I wrote the song. Actually, that was really interesting. I wrote that song like literally in my sleep. It was crazy. I had a dream, and I was playing the guitar at like some house party in my head.
Oh, really?
And I woke up and I'm like, that was the sweetest tune ever. So I got up and I figured it out, kind of thing, and then I went to school for my 8 a.m. class, and I hummed it in my head the whole time. And I remember like the TA being like, "What are you doing, man? Like, why are you humming? Like, there's 30 people in here. You got to answer some questions." And I'm like, "Dude, I just got this wicked song. Like, you got to understand." But I don't know that song. But in particular, I See Yellow Not Red on the first record.
Yeah.
Also known as 2 South, which is the Welland psych ward. That's what it's called. Is actually, I wrote that in the psych ward. Half of it was written at my stay here in Hamilton, across the street from Mohawk, and the other half was written in the psych ward in Welland. So like that's in particular what it's about. Or sort of.
CDs all over the place here.
Oh yeah, it happens. Oh, we were doing shots earlier in the back. I don't know if you saw that or anything. We got wasted.
Nice. Alright, well, let's get to those songs right now then.
Cool.
We'll come back with some more Street Pharmacy in minutes.
Cool.
Yeah, text me there.
You're listening to Punky Reggae Party. We're here with Ryan, Street Pharmacy.
Yeah!
And that was This Life.
That's my life.
Yeah.
That's my life in 4 minutes and some odd seconds.
Nice. So, how did Street Pharmacy come together as a band?
Well, my best friend and rhythm guitar player Nate Triano and I were actually going to beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
In grade 8, and instead of hanging out and beating the crap out of each other, we decided to shoulder tap for some. Shoulder tapping, I don't know if you're familiar with that term. That's where you tap some adult on the shoulder in front of the beer store and ask him to buy you alcohol in exchange for some sort of service. I'm joking. Anyway, and we started talking about bands that we liked and whatever, and I think the original conversation was over how sweet Sublime and Bob Marley were, and like 311, and we talked a lot about Incubus and stuff, and he's like, "Man, I wish I could play, like, you should start a band." And I'm like, "Well, I know how to play." Yeah. So I taught him how to play, and he's left-handed and I'm left-handed, so he just borrowed my guitar, and we wrote songs all through high school, but we never played in the same band. We just kind of wrote songs together.
Oh yeah.
I'd say, "Hey, this is a sweet reggae tune. Here, Nate, like, learn this." And by the time we got to our first year of university, or grade 12, we put something together. I think it was called the Bretton Woods Trio. or something
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
And it's basically what self-prescribed feel good is, but it was put on hold because I became insane.
Yeah, that whole.
But then we found our drummer at the gym pumping iron.
Oh yeah.
He's jacked, little guy, but he's jacked.
Nice.
When you're jacked, you're jacked, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but he's about 5'1". His name's Dan, and he's the lady killer in the band. He actually, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the OC, the show The OC. I don't know, but he's actually one of the characters on the show. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, he looks like him, but
Oh, yeah.
he can act. The character Ryan looks identical to Dan, so when we go and play places, he's the one picking up the ladies, and I'm the one in the bathroom crying. It's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, exactly. So this next song we're gonna get to is "Hey Elizabeth."
Oh, this is a great Valentine's Day song.
Yeah. Want to tell us a little bit about how this came together?
Oh, well, Elizabeth was a girl I met in my second year of university, and she hung out with me a lot. We became great friends, so I don't want to bad talk her or whatever, but for the purpose of Valentine's Day, I will. Yeah, so she kind of hung around with me for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I really liked her, so I would do her homework for her and bring her places and stuff in that 2 or 3 weeks time. And,
Yeah.
I think I made a move on her, asked her, straight up, where this was going, and I think it resulted in a punch in the face. Or
Oh,
something.
really?
Something along those lines. When you're under the influence, you don't know what's going down. So, but I remember at that moment pulling out a strip club membership card and getting a pen out and writing, the couple verses to this song because I thought it was so funny. She's like, "You're nuts," and I'm like, "Well, we gotta make some good out of this situation." And I ended up writing "Hey Elizabeth," and you know what's funny? Like, it's kind of a negative song, well, it is,
Yeah.
but it kind of rips her apart, and she loves it. She thinks it's great. Like, she thinks that her name's in that song, and it's sweet. And
Yeah, she's famous.
she even put her name in the song. She's like, "You should call it Hey Elizabeth." I'm like, "Oh my God, what is wrong with you?"